Hi there, Libra. Thank you so much for tuning in. Love and light to you all here. I'm hearing light footsteps, pitter patter, pitter patter, pitter patter. So interesting. I'm seeing you for a number of you being highly. I'm hearing not cautious, but perhaps conservative in the way that you. But I'm not hearing just purely conservative. I'm getting it in a way of like. Somewhat contemplative, okay, yes, in terms of how it is that you make certain, I'm hearing mergings, I'm hearing mergers for mega manifestation. Now, you've got the devil at the apex of your spread. You may be dealing with a Capricorn. There could be a focus on that archetype for you in your personal birth chart. You could be dealing with someone who's really professional about what they practice, and it's like, they're not just any piano player. They have a performance room that I'm hearing has 4 bookshelves on it that tell you how to dance into the room that they I'm hearing dock the tempo of. I'm hearing the rhythm with. Very interesting. And I'm seeing it as like someone who is perhaps a world-class musician. I'm hearing that strongly for a number of you. Like somebody who is a really hard worker as well, and that may have been a cycle that they it could be a I'm hearing like they were like like a child star. I'm seeing someone who was brought up from a very young age who was like I'm hearing dusted off. Like they were like a diamond that someone found in the rough and they like were dusted off. And this person has a real, I'm hearing streak of, I'm hearing humanity. I'm hearing also humility, like where they kind of like know what goes into servicing a certain project and you're like, dang, I'm hearing dang, like, and it can be related to partnerships as well. It's like this person might have been married in the past. I'm hearing that specifically for a number of you, where they have a really like specific standard that's set for the concept of marriage. And it's like, I don't just swing dance. I'm hearing when I speak in the speakeasy here, I'm actually really serious when it comes to certain spaces that I hold socially. I'm hearing as well for a number of you, and I'm actually really starting to want to communicate about that more clearly. But I'm seeing it in a way of like something that perhaps is a decision that is to be made. I'm seeing it as being related to what is actually I'm seeing it as like promoted publicly. I'm hearing also physically, and for a number of you this may be a question of a promotion. For a number of you this may be also a question of what is actually being worked on. And it's like, okay, if we're working together, what is it that you're actually doing when you're clapping at the end of the show? Does that mean that I'm hearing your commentators, your contributors, your clients are having fun, or does it mean that our house is shaking? Whatever that may mean in particular for a number of you. And I'm seeing this as being related to a question of integration. I'm seeing it as like with your assets, and you've got the Justice card here that you're laying out on the bed with. Very interesting. I'm seeing that you may be moving closer and closer, but very slowly towards a certain dynamic that you'd like to strike that is honoring the also intuitive space. I'm hearing the emotional space, but that which is related to passion. Again, the Ace of Wands coming through, mirroring the Father of Cups, Five of Cups in reverse. And I'm seeing that this is something that you're perhaps waiting to understand where someone stands on. And again, I'm hearing the storefront with the devil. You may be dealing again with a Capricorn or somebody who is perhaps thinking of investing in a certain space. Now, Libra, the feeling again that I'm getting is that I'm hearing announcement, foreclosure, the Ace of Swords, the Devil, and the Two of Swords. There's something that perhaps you're thinking of situating. I'm seeing that there are so many factors, perhaps there are a number of factors that may be related that you're like, I need to know where to put all of my markers. I'm hearing in the drawer that making very clear as the declaration of my existence, whatever that may mean for a number of you. I'm seeing you perhaps putting a lot of pressure on a certain path that you feel you want to kind of create. I'm hearing solo, very interesting. The Father of Wands in reverse, 5 Pentacles upright. I'm seeing that for a number of you, you may be making a certain announcement here as well, where the question is how far you go in the disclosure, whatever that may mean. It's like, I know that I'm going to be telling everyone that I'm working on I'm hearing the discussion space. I'm hearing discussions that are also somewhat like dynamic. I'm hearing dichotomous. I'm hearing dichotomous with the Devil, like somewhat like I'm hearing devil's advocate like in nature, where it's like I'm hearing the left side and then I'm talking to the right side of the same ear. Very interesting. But I'm hearing ear horn as well. I'm hearing ear wand as well with the Devil. It's like, but I'm hearing that is the action that I feel really complements the space that I have been busy, recognizing more as my own. And I'm seeing you as being in a somewhat of an experimental stage where you perhaps don't necessarily want to like broadcast any particular belief system that you're working on or that you're building your sort of your grounds on. And I'm getting there could be someone who behaves, I'm hearing somewhat strangely, I'm hearing in an odd fashion. The Father of Swords upright. What is odd, right? It's always relative, always it can be taken, perceived, in terms of a number of ways, and always a matter of perception, but somewhat I'm hearing like this person may act like they don't really understand what you're talking about, but they do. Like they're like, what do you mean that I'm hearing that's a winning solution? And you're like, don't you get it? I'm hearing, I just told you. And they're like, I'm hearing, is it, I'm hearing the stock or the market that it's operating in. And it's like, maybe they're giving you some like test questions, and I'm hearing with variables that you don't really feel have value and to you, Libra. But the feeling is like, and it can be your own energy, you may be sort of like, you may be presenting this to someone else. I'm getting that if that is so, this person is kind of, somewhat not, I'm getting it as like, they feel that this is complicated and somewhat also like creative though at the same time, where it's like, ooh, this is an interesting space that they're challenging, that they're stimulating, but I don't know if I want to be, but not if I want to be, I'm seeing it as more like, I don't know exactly what change is gonna be winning us the jackpot here. And I'm seeing it as almost like I'm seeing the Devil with like change in his pocket in the arcade, like playing games, like which ones do I want to invest in? I'm hearing specifically. And I'm seeing as well like it being related to like games. It's like I'm hearing gaming show host. I'm hearing talent. It's like what it is that you may want to present professionally to a public audience. And it's like, are they gonna be challenging, or are they gonna be I'm hearing chanting the change. I'm hearing neighborhood. I'm hearing also name. I'm hearing numbers as well with the Mother of Pentacles. Like, are they gonna be on board? I'm hearing specifically for a number of you. I'm seeing that this is related to law. I'm getting that this is related to the judiciary system. I'm seeing like someone trying to pass a campaign and wondering like if someone's gonna be actually making the rounds here in terms of investment. I'm hearing that specifically for a number of you, but I'm seeing this person is almost like a judge, is the sort of feeling I'm getting with the Devil and the Hierophant. It could be also of character, but I'm seeing that it's, again, the Father Swords coming through. It's like they might have a streak of independence that doesn't slide under everyone's door very easily, whatever that may mean in particular for a number of you. Like they are really, for a number of you, I'm hearing professional about their craft, but also somewhat challenging to deal with. And it's like, oh my goodness, it's like they have a different understanding of like every type of currency in relation to where they see themselves channeling that particular like value of a vision. I'm seeing as well though an asset, and it's like, man, I'm hearing Marnie here, Mardi Gras. I'm hearing as well with the devil. It's like, man, like I'm hearing a feather is a feather. Don't lose your focus over where the flock is flying to, whatever that may mean. I'm hearing my brother, the devil, right? It's like there's something that someone may be really like contemplating on a level that is like I'm seeing them like zooming in, focusing on looking at like a bird with their feathers, and it's so interesting. I'm seeing the devil like staring at the bird on the judgment card, like someone even in a judgmental way. And what does that mean, right? Judgmental, but in a way of like, what exactly is the bird doing? But answering that question by way of analyzing every feather on the bird. And it's like, I'm hearing judiciary system, judicial, and it's like almost like, is that morally upright? I'm hearing specifically, is that morally just? Is that a fair, like this person is like really, and it can be own energy, absolutely. Libra, I'm hearing Gemini though as well strongly. You could have a lot of Gemini in your chart, or someone with a lot of gesture-like qualities. The Lovers coming through in reverse, the card associated with Gemini in the major arcana, looking over at, flying into, I'm hearing the whistleblower, Father of Wands in reverse. This came through for Sagittarius, was it Sagittarius? Okay, and it's mirroring the Magician upright, who likes to use magic markers to make their claims by. And it's like, I'm almost seeing like the devil, like I'm seeing this as a professor as well. Someone who practices certain philosophies that don't really have a book that has I'm hearing character of that classroom all written out loud. Whatever that may mean, I'm talking for a number of you. Like, there's something about the way, I'm hearing quirk, like the way that they work that is just so like I'm hearing the whole class is like, what is actually I'm hearing the campaign that we're working on right now. And I'm hearing campaign. It can be also, again, related to matters of legality. But Libra, yet again, the feeling I'm getting is that, and again, it can be your own energy. It's like, I am so, I'm hearing I'm hearing also stimulated, the Three of Swords in reverse, by the perception of the decision that I make. Very interesting in terms of what I assert as a certain philosophy that will be officialized. The Lovers at the base of the Father of Wands in reverse and the Three of Swords in reverse. Six of Wands upright over the Father of Wands and the Three of Swords. Six of Wands is flying out of the Lovers, almost like I'm hearing copy, whatever that may mean for a number of you. Six of Wands flying up into the, again, Three Swords in reverse, the Father of Wands in reverse. And it's like this feeling of like wanting to finance our feelings, sort of where it's like, we have a premonition, we have a sense of passion, but what exactly is it that we're going to be throwing the party as? And what's that going to kind of be, I'm hearing personifying as our dream for our parents. I'm hearing to watch and listen to as well. And I'm hearing to linger around a bit in the afterthought of whatever that, and it's like you may be thinking about what actually your work is professionalizing and what it may be changing in a certain industry, and for a number of you may be really concerned with the dynamism of that. Okay, now let us pull a few more cards here for you, Capricorn, Libra, and see what comes through. I'm hearing leave the mind to rest. I'm hearing the visit will surely come. Whatever that may mean in particular for you. It can be related to a court date. You may be waiting for further also analysis results, research to come through. Okay, nonetheless, Libra. I'm hearing you can lock eyes but not lips, the Fool and the Ace of Pentacles. There's a focus perhaps on what it is that you are really like, I'm seeing you as like sold on. I'm seeing you as like really also wanting to, having an intention towards or an interest in moving in a certain direction, but I'm hearing movie filmmaking here, but that you're like not wanting to acknowledge in a in a loving way yet, which is very interesting. Again, it's like this feeling of like you can look but you can't touch, like you can listen but you can't learn, I'm hearing as well. And it's like there's something that feels perhaps off hands for you in a certain way, where it's like, man, I'm hearing I want to land, I'm a bird, but I need to know where I'm gonna land before I can even fly. And it's like that kind of feeling. You might feel like, ooh, I need to somewhat I'm hearing first stamp my own claws on the map before I really move in that direction. And there could be a feeling, again, if something that you're interested in, always take it as you will here, Libra, but the feeling I'm getting is that what you're interested in, again, it's like almost like before I fly, I need to know what my focus is as well. I need to know what and this is going to be a period of research, of introspection, what it is that I'm hearing leaving also behind in that space perceptively. I'm getting that there's a focus on the philosophy of what you're presenting. And it's like, it's just almost this feeling of like, I don't want to just start any old I'm hearing rock and roll relationship. I want to know that what I'm actually removing in that space by way of I'm hearing reciting those vows is actually something that I can roll to around in my grave, whatever that may mean. Take it as you will, as it may be perceived. Dear Libra, the feeling is like you almost feel like I'm hearing my dying wish with the Death card right next to the Eight of Cups. Like I have this one vision, I'm hearing a version of myself, the Emperor coming through up right over the Five of Cups, that I see myself producing. I'm hearing manifesting on a large scale. The Lover's upright, right over the Sun in reverse. But I feel like I'm hearing I need to kind of like keep taking my own temperature to see how close I am to that, or what exactly I'm hearing catching a hold of. I'm hearing catching a cold of. I'm hearing as well, like what is actually I'm hearing chest, neck, throat, whatever that means. Like I need to know that, like, and it's very interesting because the Emperor, right, is associated with the face, right? The Aries being associated typically, but associated with also, I'm seeing Leo energy with the chest, Son of Wands in reverse looking back at the Emperor. And it's like you may be kind of like really, really, really preoccupied with how something is presented, also how something is made very, very public officially in the future. And you're like, it's not enough to have passion. I'm sorry, I need to know what the philosophy is that I'm hearing, promising my clientele as well, that I'm also practicing as a person on a very personal level. And it's like, what is my I'm hearing in my dying wish? And it's like, I'm seeing you like looking way down into the future, Libra, like looking like I'm hearing light years into I'm hearing the love shack. Very interesting. And you're like, what's that gonna look like? And this could be happening on a level that's related to matters of investment. I'm seeing that strongly here for a number of you, but also partnership in a certain way. What does it mean to partner up with someone or ourselves, right? What does partnership mean? Always take it as you will, Libra, but the feeling is like, I want to know, I'm almost seeing like you like either you offer someone a ring or someone offers you a ring, and you're almost like you take it in hand and you're rotating it, and you're like wondering, does this rust? Does this thing rust? Does this thing also will this turn into rubble over time? I'm seeing that. I'm hearing, does it turn into rubble over time? And I'm seeing almost like, again, like gauging the philosophy, even I'm hearing, of marriage for a number of you. And I'm hearing you like almost becoming like a philosopher in a certain way as well. It's like, and this can be taking place or playing out on so many different levels, Libra. I'm seeing it for a number of you as being carried out on a level that is almost like someone proposes a project to you, or a certain factor or side to an aspect to a certain project, and you're like, okay, hold on, let me think about that. Does anybody have I'm hearing a good bowl of I'm hearing chicken noodle soup, I'm hearing, and french fries, whatever that may mean. Remember, you relate to the Hermit in reverse. Take it as you will, Libra. I'm just channeling what was just coming through. The feeling is that, and always take it as you will, Libra, not necessarily in any particular way, right? Always a matter of perception, but the feeling is that you have somewhat of a factoring period. I'm hearing factoring out, and I'm hearing on marriage and merging. It's like the concept of what you're working on is like so hyper also conceptualized in a certain way, where you may be kind of wondering like what your world really is working on. And it's like, wait, by way of working with someone, what does that then I'm hearing what is that? I'm hearing also like I'm hearing it as like suggest almost as the space that I agree with. I'm hearing that I align with, that I, in whatever way that meant for you. I'm seeing it as being related to matters of I'm hearing performance for a number of you in a public way, but also like matters of premonition, where you're like, I have this like premonition, I have this vision, I have this also this place in my heart. I'm hearing for singlehood, I'm hearing of marriage, whatever that may mean for a number of you, the Hierophant upright and the Hangman reverse. You may be dealing with a Pisces here as well for a number of you, or Leo. There's a focus though. The Hierophant's looking straight at the Hangman in reverse. I'm seeing you almost like gauging someone's also level of like gratitude. I'm hearing graciousness, like how someone would perhaps how even a certain space, like even I'm hearing an interpretation of a certain physical form that you take on, but also like I'm hearing bond, I'm hearing like as it may be perceived, or like belief system that you fornicate, Libra, in some kind of way, and however way that may be taken for you is like, what does that actually make somewhat visible for others to then tap into, perhaps on an energetic level? And it's almost this feeling of like what I present physically, how does that also present my philosophy that is related to my passion? I'm hearing my perception though, and it's like, how does that make clear how it is that I also activate my I'm saying it as like, how it is that I take action on what I perceive. Libra, this is like Plato having a professional conversation with I'm hearing the Pythagorean theorem. Like I'm seeing this as being such a philosophical debate. I'm hearing that for a number of you, but on a level to a degree that is somewhat, I'm hearing delineating, I'm hearing the past from the present, from the future in ways that don't really dance home, whatever that, but in a way of like, feel like I'm thinking about so many things that don't really talk back to me when I talk to them. Like, it's like, what does that mean, Libra? I'm seeing this, if you've got a lot of air in your chart, there could be this propensity to think so intensely and intently on what the many variations, the many possibilities can be. And I'm seeing this as being somewhat of like a creative time, again, experimental in a certain way, and like you wanting to sort of gauge certain, I'm hearing temperaments, I'm hearing testing spaces, I'm hearing testing grounds as well, in ways that I'm hearing align you with the future self that you see yourself really finding the time to entertain in a way that is not just like how children brush their teeth at night, but or whatever that may mean for you or anyone else. Such an interesting reference there, but in the way that like you feel you really I'm hearing find time to kind of like, I'm hearing tectonic plates here, magnets with the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Like what you really like integrate with. And I'm seeing it as being on a level that is, and if you've got a lot of earth in your chart, there could be this feeling of like, before I commit, I need to know that I'm hearing able to commit to that. Like, I need to know that I'm hearing committable. Very interesting. To like that kind of character. I'm hearing collaboration. I'm hearing though also like I'm hearing I'm hearing contest winner, prize here with the strength card, the 10 of Pentacles reverse. Like, to that kind of like I need to know that I'm not just going to be in the running. I'm hearing of the race. I need to know that I'm going to be the one who's breaking the ribbon, the one who's I'm hearing revealing the roses as well. I'm hearing the rose as well. The mask. I'm hearing the masquerade. I'm seeing it as like in a way of like some sort of like physical display that something is like, I'm seeing it as like an event, like a marriage as well. It's like, I need to know that I can, the Hanged Man like flying off there onto the ground, Libra. It's like there's this feeling somewhat of there being a father of the bride. I'm hearing here with the Emperor mirroring the Four of Swords upright, like somewhat of a discussion period that you need to, I'm hearing dot the lines with. I'm hearing under, over, between, and through the actual words. It's like, I need to trace my own tactic. I'm hearing, that's very interesting, like almost like your strategy. It's like, I need to kind of like strategize my strategy in a certain way. And Libra, this is a whole lot of thinking. If you got your moon in an air sign, this can be that energy coming through. I'm hearing moon in Gemini as well. Oh my goodness. I'm hearing the mannequin of the message is so, I'm hearing manic. Take it as you will. Whatever that may mean for a number of you. I'm seeing it as like in a way of like being somewhat, I'm hearing like having like different ways that it's presented in a really short period of time. I'm seeing this though as like a philosophical sort of, I'm hearing programming of the nature that you would like to uphold, keep, or offer, Ace of Cups, to someone. As a message, I'm hearing of promise, and I'm hearing for the future. And always take it as you will, Libra, right? Not necessarily in any particular way, negative, positive, neutral. What is let's say, considered to be manic? Take it as you will. I'm hearing though that I'm seeing that there's a focus here, rather, Libra, and always use your personal intuition, right? General reading. There's a focus on what it is that has somewhat of a soup to nuts, I'm hearing to bolts feeling for it, where you're like, I'm hearing, how do they actually like get dressed when they're not going home? Like, what actually do they, I'm hearing, get it on in? I'm hearing that specifically for a number of you. The Devil here mirroring the Nine of Swords in reverse, like Two of Cups upright, smack dab between these two. What actually, I'm hearing, leads them home, and what actually leaves them wanting more? You may be like really curious about what someone may be expecting. I'm hearing in a negotiation as well. This may be happening on a level that's professional, and it's like, what makes that person feel like they are independent as well? What makes them feel like they made the decision themselves? And I'm almost seeing this being somewhat of like a power move. I'm hearing power play, the Father of Wands in reverse, who's not wearing a mask, but is definitely no Willy Wonka who chews his chewing gum out loud, whatever that may mean in particular for a number of you. Like, this person might have somewhat of I'm hearing a stalker streak that isn't really like sounded out loud as that, but that you know is definitely lurking, whatever that may mean. In particular, you may be dealing with a fire sign, and not necessarily a fire sign, but you may be dealing as well with a Capricorn who has a bit of a, I'm hearing emotional complex, that I'm hearing emotional complexity as well. And what does that mean? Emotional complexity, take it as you will, Libra, but I'm seeing that they may also have a lot of, I'm hearing versions of themselves that they promise to keep to themselves. Very interesting. Like, I'm seeing it as like being a standard, like, oh, I when I feel this feeling, I need to focus on that. And then when I feel that feeling, I need to focus on that as well. And it could be somewhat of like a turbulent space. You may be dealing with someone, again, who's got perhaps a lot of Scorpio in their chart. They got a moon in Scorpio, perhaps, for a number of you. But let's get back to it here, Libra, rather. There's a focus on what you want to, I'm hearing lease the property out of. I'm hearing 2 and 4, take it as you will. It could be a question of investment. Again, if you're dealing with someone who has somewhat of a scarecrow personality where they like stand there, but they don't talk about the things that you talk about when you're talking to them out loud, whatever that mean. Again, in particular for number, be like something that's like, I presented this to them and then they challenged it, or they changed the subjects. I'm hearing they changed the channel on me, whatever that may mean in particular for you. And it's like, if you're dealing with someone like that, Libra, I'm hearing go home, whatever that may mean in particular for you. I'm hearing also always, again, I'm out of perception, but I'm seeing it's like I'm hearing they don't decide on the feathers on, I'm hearing the fish. They don't decide on the feathers on the flock as well that they fly with. They first focus on what they feel is fundamental to striking a certain change, and they have an emotional nature, strongly so. They have perhaps also memories. I'm hearing that they don't really verbalize in whatever way that meant for you. They might have like I'm seeing this person as having like an incredible memory. Like I'm talking like elephant memory. Like this person remembers what color jammies their grandmother wore and what kind of like species of butterfly was printed on them when they told them their last bedtime story. Like this person is like deeply moved by certain moments, and they don't forget things easily, and they're very careful yet again about the way that they move into certain, I'm hearing also industries, and this may be happening again on a financial level. It's almost like, and it can be your own energy yet again, Libra. It's like I worked in, and I also, I'm hearing worked my way up to this, perhaps this particular space. I'm hearing status as well, and I don't want to feel like I'm just stopping here by way of making a round of investment that doesn't really decide I'm hearing how the ducks fly down the line. I'm hearing in the future, in the long term. And it's like someone is like really like freaking focused. Again, I'm seeing like I want to know. I'm hearing what they look like when they're going home. I'm hearing that again for a number of you. It's like I want to know what they're going to do when they're growing old. I'm hearing as well. I want to know what love is, though, as well at the end of the day. Libra, and you got the Mother of Cups as mirror and the Daughter of Cups with the Strength card right beneath. I want to know what glows when everything goes home at the end of the night. And Scorpio, Pisces, I'm hearing strongly here. You've got the Mother of Cups who's motioning back at the Devil. There's a focus here on what someone has I'm hearing an emotional reservoir for. I'm hearing the communication of. It's like someone is very, 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 very open, honest about what they also perceive in a philosophical way, but I'm seeing it as like being related to a space that's energetically focused. And the sort of feeling is like that whoever may be making these assertions, right, where it's like I'm game, I'm hearing are you theory, like I'm game, are you going with me? I'm hearing to town, I'm hearing to the talk show as well. I'm hearing talk show host, and someone's kind of like looking at this letter that you offered them, kind of being like I'm hearing, I don't know if I should let go or let them on. I don't know if I should leave or lock the door. I don't know if I should list them on the listserv or if I should lose their number. I'm hearing in my phone. I'm hearing also on my forecast list. Whatever that may mean, in particular for a number of you. And I'm seeing it as being related to, again, a philosophical sort of debate. I'm hearing nature, discussion, where it's like, this person is so Libra, like there's so much thought, and it may not, again, not be a person necessarily, but a project where you're thinking at lengths that are like, I'm talking like you're seeing like every potential way that the diamond can glitter in the sun. Like I'm seeing you like holding up a diamond in when it's super sunny outside. and you like twist it and you turn it, and then you stop the rotation, and then you look. And then you maybe like channel a few things as well. I'm hearing that for number of you. If you've got a lot of Pisces in your chart, a lot of Scorpio, a lot of water energy in general, if you've got a lot of Cancer as well in your chart. But I'm getting specifically Pisces strongly, also Scorpio. Always take it as you will. And here, the Death card flying out with the Two of Cups. I'm getting that you may absolutely be, I'm hearing channeling a few, I'm hearing horseshoes here, whatever that may mean for you, and there's like what you may be channeling can actually really be having somewhat of a like, I'm hearing cast to it, the star upright and the Hierophant upright. Like I'm seeing you like, if you've been like doing some sort of like energy work, I'm seeing it specifically as almost like channeling. I'm seeing you with like a diamond or like a crystal. It could be a crystal, and you're like twisting and turning it in the sky, and you're like gauging the reflection of the color that's shown at every sort of at every sort of, I'm hearing dial of the sun. Very interesting. You might be timing something as well. There could be focus on divination. I'm hearing astrology. Okay, Libra, whatever that may mean. It's like I'm seeing you like kind of reviewing. I'm hearing also researching certain rhythms. I'm hearing cycles of the moon, and this is the moon manifestation cycle reading, so take it as you will. But I'm seeing it as being something that is somewhat reserved in your mind as something that has potential, yes, but that has also a practice room to it. And I'm hearing a practice game to it. I'm hearing a theory that you feel you would like to reserve a space for with a piano in it. And you're like, I need to know. I'm hearing again, I need to know. I'm hearing specifically what love is. And when I say that, I'm not singing the song by Celine Dion, but I'm is that I want to know what love is. Whoever sings that song. It's like I'm not romanticizing this project, and whoever you're dealing with, the feeling I'm getting is that, and if it is your own energy, it's like, I'm not, even if what is being considered is, let's say, emotionally charged, I'm not really using the currency as that which is simply, I'm getting it as like, I'm hearing made out by way of sound. And again, there could be a focus on emotions. I'm hearing energy work, healing again, spirituality. The feeling I'm getting for you is that this is a moment and a period of time that you feel perhaps, or that you feel in which and during which you would like to draw to scale the many sort of facets of, I'm hearing though, not just facets, but the many, I'm hearing corners of, and it's so interesting because I'm seeing a diamond that you're like rotating in the air, like under the sun, and every color that's shown to you is somewhat of a marker that you want to draw with, and I'm hearing paint with as well. And I'm hearing this is challenging for you, Libra, in a certain way, because it kind of causes you to color with I'm hearing space that you consider to be like void. I'm hearing devoid in a sort of like, perhaps for a number of you, but again, can always be taken in a number of ways. But I'm seeing it as like something that you feel, it's like everything is so sophisticated and yet addressed and pursued or practiced in a way that feels somewhat disparate, where it's like, if I'm considering if the person who just came and talked to me is I'm hearing beautiful or boyish, what am I actually like? It's almost like I'm seeing you like separating bones in the body. It's very interesting. You like take their left foot and you separate it from the right foot, and you like slide them off to different parts of the room, and then you're like, this feels kind of weird. I'm hearing and transcendental in thought, because I'm kind of like thawing out the greater mechanics of this moving vehicle of change, whatever that may mean. And it's like this feeling, Libra, of like feeling that you are moving in a certain direction eventually, but not really having your foot on the gas pedal or the brake at the same time, but sitting in your car and like stalling and like looking out the window and just almost like I'm hearing emotionalizing the intent of every part of this. I'm hearing this vehicle. I'm seeing it as like a piece of machinery as well. And I'm hearing you realize that you're eventually gonna press go. You realize that eventually you're going to be gathering up. I'm hearing grapes on the vines that you've been kind of reciting the verse to over and over and over again in your head. It can be related to matters of spirituality. I'm hearing specifically related to the Hierophant, but the spirituality in the way of, well, what is it that I spiritualize? Very interesting. What is it that I also consider to be sacred, and what is my philosophy? And I'm hearing that specifically for a number of you on marriage, and also on what it feels like to walk on our tippy toes when we're talking about subjects that test that space for us. And I'm hearing again, challenging the theoretical space to the debate that actually dances. And I'm hearing dynamically, and it's like, okay, talking about, let's say, the concept of commitment can feel very different from actually spacing. I'm hearing the stages on the stage out in such a way that actually is servicing that story. And I'm hearing that which we write, Libra. And I'm getting that you realize there is potential. I'm hearing yet again, you realize that there's so much that you also want to work with. There's so many factors of interest here, so many aspects, qualities to perhaps even a person or a project. And again, that you feel it's like all of these oars kind of get the boat rowing. Which one is it exactly that I am almost identifying with and representing my philosophy by? It's like, do I like them because they love me? Okay, 1. Do I like this project because it leaves me hanging? Okay, 2. Do I like this, again, person because they left me in the past? Again, whatever that may mean for a number of you. Like, there could be factors that you're, again, like thinking about. I'm hearing the many trains of thought that lead to it, and that they sort of speak of or stimulate as a certain concept, even related to the past, that you maybe sort of mulling over. Okay, I'm hearing also meditating on heavily. And for a number of you, this could be a period of I'm hearing analysis that is transcendental. I'm hearing yet again, like in thought. I'm getting almost like a hermit feeling, like a hermit feeling. Okay, like related to the card of Virgo in the major arcana. All right, but yet again, it's like, and it's so interesting because I'm seeing you like wondering which one does it just right for you. It's like I'm seeing you questioning, contemplating what the question is that you are going to be answering and providing an answer for it, which is very interesting, Libra, because it's like I'm seeing you almost like giving a presentation eventually at a certain point in time, and you're like, when I go on that stage, what is it that I'm actually going to be proposing? Is it the philosophy of the project? Is it the person that's associated with the project? Is it the personality of the person? Is it the potential of the person? Is it the professional streak that is also kind of like suggested, I'm hearing alluded to, but not supported yet financially? And it's like, if I haven't committed to them yet, if I'm going to be talking about or referring to them as I'm hearing future husband, future wife, I'm hearing future project coordinator, leader, whatever that means for you, what exactly going to communicate, I'm hearing as well to my audience. Is it that I'm financing them? Is it that I'm hearing just fortune telling with them? Whatever that may mean to a number of you. Is it that I'm kind of feeling them? And take it as you will. Whatever that may mean, again, in particular for you, I'm seeing it as like a question of also timing. How is it that I'm interacting perhaps with a certain factor of my own performance, or what it is that I'm collaborating on that leaves room for more questions and perhaps further discussion down the line. And I'm seeing you being really aware of how your audience interacts with certain skates that you choose to I'm hearing to superficialize. Very interesting. What it is that you perhaps project, what it is that you present, what it is that you promote as well. And it's like, if I'm promoting this one product, I need to know what exactly that's going to change about what I'm then continuing on with down the line. And again, I'm seeing you like having this like magnifying glass that markets your product to the audience of I'm hearing a foreign country. I'm hearing a foreign field of study even that your work could eventually speak to. And I'm seeing it as well, like an industry, a relationship as well. It's like, what would that actually feel like? I'm hearing 10 years down the line. I'm hearing tenure. Again, it can be a focus on academics, but, and if you're thinking of like going to like a certain master's program or like enrolling in a certain workshop, I'm hearing as well, it's like, what would this actually be servicing me in the future in terms of what I'm thinking of carrying out as a macro model of my work, also of my message. And for a number of you, this it can be, again, I'm seeing there being a focus on timing, how it is that you are tracking as well certain talks. And it's like, if I come out and talk about this right now, what is that going to kind of make the massage chair like moderated as in the future. And I'm seeing like a massage chair that like is like in the spa or something. Like I'm hearing Brookstones as well, like one of those massage. It's a store here in the States that they have like these all kinds of gadgets and stuff, and they've got some massage chairs, and people walk into the store and you just try it and test it, and you see people that are lying there for like 30 minutes, 20 minutes, and kind of just getting massaged. But the feeling is, Libra, that like I'm seeing you like almost like wondering even if you want to invest in a certain industry. And it's like, if I put this chair, and I'm hearing, and that's a big if, whatever that may mean, like I'm seeing you again, like this is contractual as well for a number of you who are again communicative. I'm seeing you spacing out these contemplations, these characters as well, these communities I'm hearing as well in your mind's eye as being somewhat, or even in your mind, whatever that may mean for you, it's always a matter of perception, but, and not particularly in any particular way in terms of how each term is addressed. Again, I'm Becca to mention that in that way, Libra, take it as you will. The feeling though is like that you want to, I'm hearing, have a space and time in which you address every particular polarizing I'm hearing performance and practice that's related to a certain project that you carry out. And I'm hearing performance as well here for a number of you, and presentation as well, proposal. Again, this could be negotiation for a number of you, but again, I'm seeing you like thinking, okay, if I, let's say, invest in a certain chair and I put that in the middle of the auditorium, what exactly is that going to work out as down the line? What is that actually going to be looking like? I'm hearing down the line, and what exactly is that going to be worshipped as? I'm hearing as well down the line. It's like you may be gauging like how something would be also relevant to a certain I'm hearing sector, I'm hearing industry, audience. And it's like, if I present this one product, I'm hearing project as well, what exactly would that deliver as I'm hearing a whole new sort of space to be worked in by the team. I'm hearing management team. I'm hearing as well though, and I'm seeing someone who like works in a company and they've got people who they work with, and it's like, yeah, if we start discussing the topic of like, I'm hearing tea leaves, I'm hearing training, whatever that means for a number of you, what exactly would that wind down to and as? And I want to make sure that every talk has its time and place in ways that make me feel that we're making progress in a way that is at least I'm hearing like community, like I'm seeing like you wanting to feel that what you create or invest in, and I'm seeing it as being related to the Seven of Wands, this one wand that's caught on fire. Like I'm seeing you like wanting to know that what you invest in is going to be appreciated. And I'm seeing this as being related to perhaps certain social spaces or certain social philosophies. It's like, if I bring this one person in as chairman, are they going to be cheered on, or are they going to be challenged? And I'm seeing that this can also be on a physical level. Take it as you will. Like, are they going to be, I'm hearing presented, I'm hearing presentable as well. Are they going to be practicing their name, or are they going to be just paying their dues and thinking that it's all done at the end of the day when they've done the work? I'm hearing the homework, and I'm hearing tuck the children in at bed at night. It's like, what exactly, in whatever way that may mean for you, it's like, what exactly is it that they are actually going to be working on? The winter months for the Death card upright and the Eight of Cups. And I'm seeing here the Death card's looking over the Two of Cups. There being a focus on what is actually being promoted. I'm hearing what is actually being also presented. I'm hearing proposed as the as this space of motion, and I'm hearing it as being also related to emotion. And for a number of you, there may be a long distance sort of relationship, or not necessarily long distance, but in the way of like, we talk through text, sort of feeling like I'm hearing you text me, I text her, we text Sam, and then he tells everyone where to stand in the room. Like, what? I don't know, whatever that may mean for number, but like, I'm seeing it as like something that I'm hearing Sammy's gone home, the daughter of Wands upright. I'm hearing Gonzalez. This had come through for number of signs a while back. All right. Nonetheless, here, Libra. The feeling is that you maybe, and this could be taking place on a academic level yet again, but I'm seeing that there's somewhat of I'm hearing grace period that you want to challenge yourself with, or that someone wants to challenge you with, or that you want to challenge yourself with. And it's like, I'm hearing, how do they stand up when their hair is not, I'm hearing in a mess. I'm hearing specifically, how do they actually, I'm hearing stand up when they're not stalking me and when they're not tying their shoes. I'm hearing at the starting line. I'm seeing it as almost like a race, and like I'm seeing someone who's been bent over, like tying their shoes, and I'm seeing you kind of wanting to know what the color is of the marker that they choose to work with. And I'm seeing you, Libra, as being somewhat, again, it can be your own energy, but it's like, how is it that I'm actually also going to be communicating what I'm feeling? I'm hearing superficializing what I'm feeling. Very interesting, just as the Father of Swords comes through. What does it mean to superficialize something? What does it mean to support something in a social way as well? It's like, how is it that I'm hearing contemplating a certain character that I am going to be carrying out, and I'm hearing characterizing all the way. I'm hearing back home, and you've got here the Ace of Cups in reverse and the Hierophant upright. There's a focus on who might be memorizing I'm hearing lanes that take you, I'm hearing somebody may be thinking about how to support a certain venture, and it can be related to, I'm seeing it as being something that is somewhat dynamic, but also somewhat special, like in a way where it's like, we're not just making decisions like, I'm going to finance this, I'm going to buy you this car, I'm going to buy you this house, and then I'm going to It's like, I'm seeing someone not being keen on making decisions in a way that feels, I'm hearing fatherly, whatever that may mean, whatever you take it as you will, in a way that feels also like all too fast, where it's like, hi, I'm hearing this is the hacky sack, this is how we throw it, you're going to be standing in that side of the room, and then we're going to be having the doorman ring the bell and let everyone in to watch. It's like, that's awkward. I'm hearing specifically for a number of you, and I'm getting that you want, again, to be very careful, I'm hearing, and considerate as well, related here to the Mother of Cups, about what actually is considered of every step that's taken on an energetic, emotional level. It's like, if I'm going to be presenting someone to an audience, I need to know how they're going to be I'm hearing remembered in that space, how it is that they're also going to be I'm hearing it as like made out to be, like how they're going to be messaged after the show. Very interesting. I'm seeing you being very, very conscious of this, Libra, like of the character play, and beat your own energy. It's like, I don't want to put myself on the line for something that feels like I'm gonna kind of I'm hearing feel like I've like I'm hearing like almost like cracked a code that wasn't well thought out. I'm hearing considered, like commercially. Very interesting. In terms of perhaps what you invest in it, or what it is that you carry out of it down the line. I'm seeing, though, Libra, that I'm seeing it as being related to what you disclose of it. I'm seeing as well that there could be somewhat of a, I'm hearing again, like I'm hearing talent show, the Daughter of Pentacles in reverse, the Mother of Cups upright. It's like, what it is that you want to leave room for. I'm hearing on the magazine cover, the Strength card upright, Daughter of Pentacles in reverse, what it is you perhaps want to remain open to. But I'm hearing, okay, but what you don't really want to like make a revolution out of. And I'm seeing it as being, I'm hearing specifically there's something that you may want to, again, kind of like consider as having an open door to, like in terms of financially or physically, or how it is that you service something. It's like, just because I buy this one chair, I don't want people to associate me with the chair as the chair buyer. Like, I don't want people to associate me as like I'm hearing the audience activist, whatever that may mean in particular. Like, I'm seeing you being very careful about how you continue on in a certain way down the line. And that for you, Libra, might pose a question for your public of what exactly you're practicing, the art of. I'm hearing the science of with the Strength card. It's like, if you're not making a decision, you're kind of stalling. People might be wondering, what exactly is Libra I'm hearing posting on their walls. I'm hearing poster board. Like, who's influencing perhaps this decision? And someone is kind of like, I'm hearing, wondering, the Daughter of Cups here, like falling out, like, what's your prerogative? I'm hearing, and what's your personality and all of that, and who kind of placed that pinnacle of success in your mind as one that is somewhat I'm hearing polarized. I'm hearing, though, as well, like I'm hearing like somewhat like all too practical. I'm hearing also all too dramatic, where it's like you feel like, whoa, when I present this, when I have this party, when I tell people that I'm hearing not poor anymore, whatever that may mean. Again, in particular, for it's like, always take it as you will. But what exactly is that going to make them think of me? And I'm seeing that perhaps this individual, if you're dealing with a Pisces especially, or a Scorpio as well, I'm hearing though Pisces strongly, they don't really understand the drama. They don't understand the glow in the dark kind of glamour that you're going for here, in terms of perhaps perceiving the problem from so many perspectives that don't have a place on the map as being something that can be considered down the line. And it's like, I'm seeing someone who works in a way, or works with the audience in a way that doesn't really dictate any dynamic. It's like this person might be really random, as you may feel it. Like, you like don't even have a door that you move through when you work in the office. Like, you don't enter the office by moving in any door. Like, you might not have a schedule. You don't really operate in the paradigm of time and space. You might kind of be somewhat like, I'm hearing like space cadet, which is, and don't get them wrong, Libra. And again, it can be your own energy. This is definitely something or someone who's very, very entrepreneurial as well. Like, they don't march to the beat of anyone's drum set, and they also don't even have one of their own, because they don't make a rhythm here. They just strike out. And this is highly, I'm hearing, conventional space, very interesting, that perhaps they have made as like their philosophy, like their sort of I'm hearing ongoing commitment, where it's like, my commitment is not being committed to any particular color that I use to draw on the map with. And I'm seeing them kind of like looking at the way that you're designing your headboard. I'm hearing a lamp, and they're like, I'm hearing lighter as well, and they're like, why are you leaving all of the letters that are going to be eventually put on the board like for last? And it can be related to contracts, I mean commitment as well. And this person might have a lot of fire in their chart as well. And if so, they might be highly impulsive, okay? Where it's like, if they feel it, they finance it. I'm hearing specifically. And they don't question where they fly from there on out. If they fly away, which they might, they're not going to be feeling sorry about that as well. Whatever the meaning, particularly take it as you will, Libra, always matter of perception. But I'm seeing it as like being something that they're not, let's say, hyper also exaggerating the explanatory space of, where it's like, if they drop a contract with you, or they tell you, yeah, I'm going to be working this way, that they're going to like feel like actually committed to it. Because in their mind, what is a commitment? To them, perhaps commitment means moving in a space repetitively, repeatedly, even if moving is movement that's had in a dynamic way, where it's like, I move up and then I move down, I move to the left and then I move right, I'm still moving. I'm seeing them like making you kind of like somewhat believe more in the way that whistles blow in the wind, and not by like someone who's like rhythmically blowing them. Very interesting. And I'm seeing it as like again, someone who's very, very also challenging in the way that they contemplate certain characters that in their mind's eye, the phone died there. We were saying, it's like there's a vision that perhaps this person has serving in the long term in a practical way, actually. And I'm seeing them as being somewhat like, I'm hearing, do you see Willy Wonka over there? I'm hearing, let me tell you a little secret. He's not actually working on what you think he is. And he's also actually not a worker. And you know what? I'm hearing specifically, that works in a way that will really work. I'm hearing down the line. I'm hearing 10 year, the high priestess. And it's like someone has some kind of like space of impression that, and it can be a really like strong, I'm hearing highly magnetized, I'm hearing meditative practice as well. They can be a channeler. You may be dealing with someone who's super, super, super psychic here, but, and right, what does it mean to be psychic? We're all psychic in a certain way, but always take it as you will, Libra. But I'm seeing it as like related to premonitions, where this person like has premonitions and tells you that there's a place that's also associated with them, be it a physical, professional, financial space. It may be related to the concepts of productivity. I'm hearing also fertility. I'm hearing goddess, the goddess of the garden. I'm hearing of Eden, whatever that may mean in particular for you. I'm hearing also luck. This person may be highly Jupiterian in nature as well. It's like they see everything as being possible sort of feeling. Okay, again, take it as you will, in whatever way that may be meant for you or them. The feeling is, Libra, that you don't want to leave them hanging with the letterhead only. You don't want to kind of keep the font also so minuscule that they have to remove it from the page itself. It's like you want there to be somewhat of an open conversation, perhaps, somewhat of also an open dynamic in terms of how you both strike a chord that can be financially formidable. I'm hearing down the line yet again. I'm hearing in a future focused way. The feeling is that you don't want to necessarily feel the way that you find. I'm hearing specifically the time to have that kind of conversation. I'm hearing to find that solution. I'm seeing it as being something that you feel has so many legs on it. It's like this conversation feels like a tarantula to me. I'm hearing that specifically. Like someone is like feeling that perhaps like when we talk about this, I just feel like I don't have enough fingers to count the discussions on, and it may be something that you just don't feel the time is right for yet, and something that you feel somewhat also is finding form in I'm hearing moments that don't move them forward directly. Thank you so much, Libra, for tuning in. Love and light to you here. Thank you so much for your dear support, energetically above and beyond all. Have a beautiful full moon in Taurus leading into the new moon in Scorpio, and I'll see you soon. And always heed your personal intuition, Libra. Love and light to y'all here, and I highly recommend as well to chart your rising sun or moon sign, as you may find there's further insights there for you in your situation. If you're watching specifically for matters related to finances, love, art, pleasure, harmony, beauty, then you may want to check out your Venus sign as well. Okay, thank you all so much for tuning in, and have a beautiful cycle of this moon period, again from the full moon in Taurus leading into the new moon in Scorpio. Love and light, and I'll see you soon. Bye, Libra.